Welcome to the journaling course. My name is Joe Apfelbaum. I am the CEO of Ajax Union, father of 5, author, speaker, and personal development strategist. A lot of people have been asking me, why is it important to journal? We all know that a journal is the best self-awareness tool there is. Many people are frustrated when they're starting out to journal because they're really not sure how to do it. You might resonate with this message. Dear Journal, I love you, but I don't know what I should be journaling about. Please help. So if you're wondering what you should be journaling about, here are some practical tips to help you start journaling today. First of all, I have a quick question. Do you journal? Do you journal every day? Most people I ask this question to, surprisingly, say no. What about you? Why? We think it's easy to keep a journal, but we don't know how to do it. So that's the reason a lot of people don't keep a journal, because you simply don't have the strategy to do it. And today I'm going to give you 3 easy tips to help you be able to start keeping a journal every day. So we just keep living our life and we don't even get started because you don't know how to do it. So here are some tips that will help you get started. But before you begin, you want to ask yourself, why do you want to keep a journal? Why is it important for you to keep a journal? Really ask yourself this question. And for me, I want to be able to improve my self-awareness. I want to be more prepared each day. I want to actually be able to coach myself. And I want to keep a log of where I am. They say if you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. So why do you want to keep a journal? Realize that journaling is a habit. So making your bed in the morning is a habit too. I remember when I used to not make my bed, and I would get up every single morning, jump out of bed, and the thought process in my head was, it's just too hard to make my bed. But then a mentor challenged me, and he said, try to make your bed for 10 days. And then he said, try to make your bed for 20 days. Try to make your bed for 30 days. And before I knew it, 6 months passed and I was still making my bed. Do you make your bed every day? If you don't journal every day, it's because you haven't set a habit in order for you to start journaling. So there are 3 steps to building this habit of journaling every day. The first step is you want to make sure that you prepare to journal every single day. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Also, having a process helps you be able to build that habit, because most people just start journaling without a process, and because of that, they end up quitting after 2 or 3 days and they don't end up building the habit. And the third step to building a habit is, at least in the first 30 days, is you have to be accountable. You have to have somebody holding you accountable, so I'm going to show you different ways to do that. So let's get right into it. So the first step is making sure you have a pen. If you're going to be writing a manual journal, I highly recommend you write a manual journal, because it's very, very different than typing things up. Later I'm going to talk about easy ways to type up your journal. But first, when you're getting started, especially if you haven't journaled for a sustained period of time in your life, at least try this out. Buy a really nice pen you can use every day. I like investing in a Uniball pen. I buy a pack from Costco, which is called the Vision Elite. It's a nice pen that's very inky, and it's really easy to write with. It's like a high-end pen. It costs like $1, $2, $3 a pen. Make sure that you invest a lot of money in your pen, so this way you have more leverage. Don't just use a 25-cent pen that's a ballpoint pen that doesn't really inspire you. You want a good pen. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is you want to have a nice journal or a planner. Amazon has a lot of options. But don't spend less than $10 on a planner. Get something decent. I spend $30 on my planner every year. You want to make sure that you have something quality that you actually respect and you actually want to use every single day. And then also, the third step to preparing for your journal is making sure that you have a sacred space where you go to journal each day. And you want to allocate 15 to 25 minutes each day to this activity, because if you're only going to journal for 1 minute, you're not going to really get things out of your mind. They say it takes 15 minutes to really get into something. So I recommend spending 25 minutes journaling every day, but you have to allocate it in your calendar and realize, do you have this time to do this? this is one of the most therapeutic things that I can do that helps me be better prepared, that helps me improve my life, that helps me become more self-aware. So if you're not going to spend 25 minutes for yourself doing this each day, it's going to become very difficult for you to improve and strategize about the things that you need to change in your life. So at least when you're getting started, allocate the right amount of time. Have a sacred space where you go to, where you have your pen ready, where you have your journal ready, and you're ready to go. Let's get into the process. A lot of people just say, oh, they buy a notebook and they try to journal, and then they don't have a very good process. They don't have a way to get things done. So I'm going to show you a way. Don't just wing it, because if you just wing it, it's not going to last. Make sure that you understand your purpose first. We spoke about purpose earlier. Why do you want to journal? What problem do you want to solve in your life? What do you want to improve about your life? What do you want to take to the next level? Once you realize that you have a really strong why, a really strong motive, you will have the motivation to actually take action. Then you can put your structure together. So my structure is very simple. I put my name, the date, the time, the actual day, because I want to go back there and I want to be able to flip through the pages and see what day it is. And if you're doing this for 30 days, you can write day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So this way you know if you missed a day, it's okay. Just restart day 1, day 2, day 3. See if you can do it for 30 days. Also, I'm measuring my weight to hold myself accountable. So every single day, I weigh myself and I put my weight down. And this way it forces me to be able to measure. You might measure your cash in your bank. You might measure how much you ran the day before, or how much water you drank. Anything that you're measuring, include in your journal, and this way you'll be able to improve what you're measuring, because you cannot improve what you don't measure. So make sure that you're measuring something and write down what you're measuring. Include how you're feeling right now. So like I want to be able to say, okay, I feel happy right now, I feel grateful, I feel frustrated, and then I can get into why after. But at least include it in your process to identify exactly how you feel right now. Then you want to identify the most important thing you want to do that day, or what happened yesterday, or what are you afraid of, or what are you grateful for. Remember, whatever your process is, write your process in the front of your journal, in front of your planner, and then you will be able to take your life to the next level. Be accountable. So you must have somebody or something holding you accountable. It's easy not to do it if nobody knows. Like if you make a promise and nobody knows and nobody's holding you accountable, it's easy not to do it. So make sure that you hold yourself accountable. Hire a coach, a mentor, find an accountability buddy to hold you accountable each day, or maybe join a Facebook group where people can hold you to account because you said you're going to do it, and people will ask you, are you doing it? And each day you can post in the group if you did it or you did not do it. Give yourself a 30-day challenge and announce it to your friends and family and let them know that they can follow up with you about it to hold you accountable. Don't be so hard on yourself. You might start and fail to continue to do this, but when you realize, just get back up where you are and keep trying. You don't have to do it for the rest of your life. Once you have peace of mind, you might want to take a break and stop journaling, but the key is right now you might be frustrated about something, or you might not be fully self-actualized. So journaling is the best way to get there. And the key is to start today. Even if you don't have the perfect pen and you don't have the perfect journal or the perfect planner, get a piece of paper or even the back of an envelope and just do a mind map. Do a to-do list. Do a brain dump. Just begin today. Create your checklist today and get started right now. So did you learn something about journaling today? What did you learn? Please feel free to let me know. And also, what questions do you have? Are you stuck? Add that to your journal if you're stuck. Now I'm going to give you some quick advanced journal tips. Number 1, look up morning pages. You can write 3 pages of free thinking each morning. You can't stop writing till you fill up 3 pages. Also, you want to look at the write, W-R-I-T-E. First of all, what do you feel? What do you want? What do you think? Review today, yesterday, last week, or maybe right now. Investigate, close your eyes, and then just write and see what comes out. Time, set an alarm for 5 or 25 minutes or 15 minutes. Exit, and don't stop writing. Exit, reread what you wrote, and then keep writing what you think about what you wrote. Protect your privacy, make sure you're fully open. Do a meditation before you begin to center your mind. Concentrate on your breathing. Create a mind map by writing down one word and expanding. Follow the map until there's nothing left to add. Use sentence stems. This is very powerful. Write like, right now I feel blank, or the biggest problem in my life is blank. Think about your most important roles and write down each role in your life. How about your role as self? That's an important role. A lot of people forget about that role. So you might be a father. For me, I'm a father. I'm a CEO. I'm a coach. I'm a strategist. There's a lot of different roles. So I could write down my different roles, and I could think about the different roles that I have in my life. Make a list of things that you want to write about to improve your life. Scan the list whenever you feel lost. I like keeping this checklist of my goals and the things that I want to improve at the beginning of the journal, and just quickly scan through the list, which you can give me ideas if I get stuck. Write a letter to your 20-year-old self. Write a letter to your 80-year-old self. The key is to write a letter that you won't send, maybe to your lover, or maybe to somebody that you look up to, or maybe to the President of the United States, or maybe to an author of a book. You don't actually have to send those letters. The key is to write your letter down. Maybe you want to communicate with somebody that passed away. Write them a letter. This is a very powerful tool, and it could all go inside your journal. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes and write from their perspective. Interact with yourself in a fun way. Maybe it's an old teacher who ridiculed you, or maybe it's some significant other or partner that left you. Put yourself in their shoes and write a letter to yourself, or write a journal entry from their perspective. This could be a fun way to see what you think they think. Create multiple personalities and have a conversation. Maybe you have the good you, the bad you, and see how the conversation goes. You'll go back and forth in your head, and this could be a really interesting exercise to see and identify the different voices inside your head. Doodle and draw cartoons of things that are going on. I like drawing stick figures, but it doesn't matter what you draw as long as you draw. Start with a circle, put some lines around the circle, or maybe just draw a bunch of stick figures and see what they're doing. Journal with your left hand instead of your right hand. I once went to a seminar and they taught me to do this, and he was like, wow, every single day, first journal with your regular hand, and then journal with your other hand, and then when you journal with your left hand instead of your right hand, a part of your brain that has amazing ideas gets stimulated, like the creative part of your brain. Instead of using your logic, you're using your creativity. This is a very powerful tool that I use when I want to be able to have creativity, because you never know what's going to come out, and it totally surprises me every single time. Instead of using a pen and paper, try to use an app. I know a lot of people say that pen and paper is the way to go, but sometimes it's not practical, especially if you're commuting, to use a pen and a paper. So you want to use an app called Penzu or 5-Minute Journal, or even use a Google Doc. I used to sit down with a Google Doc every single day, put the date, put how I feel, put what's going on, the 3 most important things I need to do that day. So if you're not journaling, at least spend a few minutes on your phone or on your computer preparing for your day. Try to journal by using Google Images and saving photos about how you feel each day. You can copy and paste photos. Just put in a word in Google Images, see what comes up, and see the photos that you resonate most with about how you're feeling that day. And then keep a log of that. And do that for 30 days. And then go back and look at all the images of the ways that you felt, or the things that you want. Or just really put together a vision board, something that you can attract the dreams that you want to create in your life. Use a voice recorder to journal using Temi.com, and then Temi.com can transcribe your recordings. I think it's 10 cents a minute. So if you're going to journal for an hour, it's going to be like $1. So it's very easy for you to kind of like record, upload your stuff, or just download the app, and they can transcribe the whole thing, and later you can save it for whatever you want. But some people like talking instead of writing things down. So if you're the type of person that likes talking, at least talk to a computer that will type everything up. And what I love about Temi is they actually put commas and paragraphs, and if you have multiple people talking, they break it down. Definitely go check them out. Hire an assistant on Upwork.com for $5 an hour and have a 30-minute call once a day with them. And have a recorded Uber conference where you literally tell them all the things that you need to do, how you're feeling, all the stuff. I mean, it's a lot. $5 an hour is much cheaper than a therapist. And you can even tell them to prompt you. Tell them, prepare a list of questions they can ask you each day. Send them a document, and then when you do a call, then have them ask you all the questions. And if you ever get stuck, you can even program to ask them different questions. And then what you can do is you can have them type it up and email it to you, or you could have them type it up and add it to your online journal. So this way, you never have to do it. And it costs you less than $100 a month to do this if you do this every single day. It might even cost you $50 a month if they only charge you for 30 minutes and it's $5 an hour. This could be a very, very powerful way for you to get your journaling done. Here's another thing you can do. Sign up to a service like doyou10q.com, and it'll email you 10 questions for 10 days, and then it'll lock up the answers, and it'll send you the answers back in a year from now. Penzu does this as well. It's pretty powerful. I used this for some time, then I stopped using it. Also, if you don't really have time and you want to use the 5-minute journal app, Tim Ferriss recommends this app. It's a really simple app. You just get it, and then you could just journal for 5 minutes, get your ideas on paper. So the question is, what did you learn? What did you learn? Email me to joe@joeapfelbaum.com. Let me know if you enjoy this, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this where I can teach you how to do different things. What are the things that you want to learn about? And if you want to join our Advanced Entrepreneur Mastermind group for CEOs and entrepreneurs that want to grow 6- or 7-figure businesses, let me know. Just shoot me an email, joe@joeapfelbaum.com. Now, if you want more weekly tips about this or about anything else, feel free to email www.joeapfelbaum.com. Go to our newsletter, subscribe to our newsletter, and just have a party. I don't know why I said to email me to joeapfelbaum.com, but that's me just saying to email me. But you can go to joeapfelbaum.com and subscribe to our weekly newsletter. Thank you very much. This is me celebrating because I lost 90 pounds and I just feel incredibly amazing. If you enjoyed this course, feel free to share it with people in your network so that they can benefit as well and they can start to journal. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once again, please go to joeapfelbaum.com. On the right, I write a beautiful newsletter every single week, so sign up for that. And hopefully you enjoyed this short journal. Feel free to let me know that you started journaling and email me. Let me know that you saw this. I want you to communicate with me. Thank you very much.